Yala Sangha. Day 19. So, crazy, right? You know, like almost 3 weeks of yoga. If you've managed it every day, a little bit each day, you know, it's a little bit like salt and pepper in your food. You know, it's just a little adds a little something to your life. You know, a little spice, a little something to your life. Hopefully. I have spoke previously about the 8 limbs of yoga. Okay, and you'll hear them spoke about fairly often. They're one part of the second chapter of the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. And the first 2 limbs are yamas and niyamas. And in the second group, the niyamas, they're one of the ideas to bring us peace of mind is this idea called santosha, which I think is a beautiful word. And santosha means contentment. And unfortunately, we kind of live in a world that's anti-contentment. You know, like we're always taught you need this education, you need this partner, you need this salary, you need this house, you need this car, you need blah, 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 blah. You know, so you're kind of encouraged. Every advert on TV is saying, do this, do that, you need this, buy this. You can earn this amount. Every advert on YouTube says, starts with somebody saying, this is how you can achieve, all implying that right in this moment you're not complete. And you are complete in this moment. You can be completely content. What the commentators say is that the absence of desire is the greatest happiness. Okay, the absence of desire is the greatest happiness. So once we let go of our desires and all this BS that we're taught by advertisers, and we can let that go. So we're going to do I don't know what posture Thompson's doing, but we're going to do the warrior sequence again today. But let's start on all fours today. So bring your hands forward, your knees towards the middle. Try and be content with your practice today. Lift and lay your hands, lift and lay your knees. Walk a little backwards, walk a little forwards. Shift your weight forwards and backwards. See how your lower limbs and your upper limbs are feeling today. Make any other movements that feel good. Okay. And let's see how our kneeling is today. Okay. Remember, you've got the option always of making it supported until it feels comfortable and manageable for you. Okay. This is going to make a difference, you know, like being able to make some of these human movements that are kind of lost on us because of seats and desks and phones. Okay, these movements are really helpful. And then from there, see if you can take it into your squat today. You can move your squat around, remember, from side to side, forwards, backwards. You can place something underneath your heels, but start to get a bit more comfortable and work out what your squat needs to do. You can drop one knee down and back up, the other knee down and back up, and just see how that feels from a squat position. Obviously that's quite a lot of work for your feet, okay, and you can sink back down and bring your palms together. There's many options for all these movements. It's kind of limitless, you know. One of the first teachings in yoga says there's 8.4 million postures, which means basically an infinite number of postures. So let's place our right hand inside our right foot and inhale, open up with our left hand. Exhale, slowly come down and try the other side. Inhale up, exhale down. One more time, either side, seeing what that's like for you. Trying again. Maybe turning, looking all the way up and down. Okay. And then push from your squat up. If you've got time to sink down a couple of times, sink down a couple of times. And then let's take our warrior stance for today. So it's like a martial arts stance, I've said that before, or a boxer stance, and that's why they stand like this, because it's very stable. Okay, so one foot's slightly wider than the other. We're about step distance apart, is the way I like to do it. What we're going to explore today is working with that balance posture at the end, and we're going to come down to the floor from our warrior 3 with our hands and keep the back leg up, okay? So soften your front knee, lengthen up through your torso, take both arms wide. Let both palms come together. Slowly reach back with the opening side. So it takes you into something like warrior 2. And then forward. Take the other hand back, so we're kind of doing like a reverse warrior 2. And then forward. Both arms wide. And then both palms together. Reach up with both hands, bend your front knee, so we get to warrior 1. Try and reach as far forward as you can, and let your fingertips come down towards the floor. Maybe your chest come towards your leg. Lift your back heel and place your knee. Remember the options we have from this position, you can play with any of them, okay? This thigh, we're letting our chest come to. See if you can keep your chest on it the whole time, okay? Your belly and your chest, as you put your back heel down. Now the temptation is always to lift, but can you become skilled so that you can let your upper body rest and your back heel go down? Bend your front knee and slowly come up. Good. And then let both palms come together. Okay, so we're going to play with this warrior 3, working with our balance. Open both arms. Let your weight go forward. Lift your back leg. Okay. Now, see if you can bring your hands forward, okay? And slowly lower them down, okay? Working with your balance, and then let your fingers rest on the floor. Maybe take one hand behind your standing leg, and then let it come back down. Place your back foot down, bend your front knee, and then he'll slowly come all the way back up. And exhale, gather together. Good. Shake off. Get nice and loose. Okay, let's go straight to the other side, right? We're going to do each side a couple of times. So, taking your opposite foot forward, your other foot back, soften through your front knee, bring your palms together, relax your shoulders, lengthen up through your torso, ground down through both feet, and then slowly inhale the arms out. Exhale, your palms come together. Inhale. Open side. Exhale together. Inhale other side. Exhale together. Inhale both arms. And exhale gather. Inhale lift up, soften through your front knee. Go tall. And see if you can reach as far forward as you can. Out in space. Let your hands frame your foot, lift your back heel, place your knee, see how that feels on this side, okay? So toes are tucked under, so we're getting that mobility through our big toe. And then same as we did on the other side. Can you get your chest to connect to your leg? Your hands come back down, keep your chest connected to your leg, and your heel goes back and down. Bend your front knee. And inhale coming up. Exhale, gather together. Okay. So we've done warrior 1, warrior 2. Inhale, open. Exhale, forward. Moving towards warrior 3. Back leg a little bit higher. See if you can slowly lower your hands down towards the floor. And your back leg might come a little bit higher. And then can you take one hand behind the standing leg? Let that hand come back down. Lower your back leg. Soften your front knee. Inhale back up to warrior 1. And exhale, gather together. Good. Shake off both arms. Shake off both legs. Get yourself loose, easy. We want this super nice balance between strength and mobility, right? We want to be mobile and be able to move our bodies, but we also want to have the strength to support our bodies. So let's try the other side again. Both feet, ground stable, okay? If you're ever wondering where your feet should be, okay, let your hands come together. What Desikachar said when people asked him, he said, it's negotiable, okay? So think of that word, it's negotiable. What feels good for you? And when we were in India, Ganesh Mohan says, come on, you feel it, you know, feel for yourself. Like try and feel into your body what feels good. Inhale out. Exhale, gather. Inhale, open. Exhale, gather. Inhale, open. Exhale, gather. Inhale, let's go wider. And exhale, gather. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale all the way forward, down towards the floor. Lift your back heel, place your knee, sit into it down here, okay? Any variations you like here. Lifting this knee up and down, doing lunges, whatever you feel your body is maybe missing today, okay? Same as we did before, chest on your thigh, hands on the floor, let your back heel go down, soften your front knee, and we're going up. And exhale, gathering together. Inhale, we're going wide. Exhale, we're drifting forward. Let your back leg lift. See how that feels. Arms wide, chest high, arms high, back leg high. The more we lift everything, the more we strengthen that back line, okay? And then slowly coming forward and down. And if this is enough, stay here. If you can get one hand behind the standing leg, get one hand. If you can get both hands, get both hands. And if you want to make it really tricky, try and look at your knee. And then let both hands come down. Let your back foot come down, soften your front knee. Inhale, we're going all the way up again. Exhale, gathering together, shaking off, both arms, both legs. Get nice and loose. Okay. See how that feels for you. Okay, good. Shake off this leg, shake off that leg. Okay. Okay, final time. You can do more, right? You know, the 20 minutes is an option. If you've got more time, do more time. Okay. Bring your hands together. Soften through your front knee. Lengthen up through your torso. So from here to here is long, right? And light. Inhale, go wide. Exhale, together. Inhale to the open side. Exhale, together. Inhale to the other side. Exhale, together. Inhale, both arms go wide. Exhale, both hands come together. Inhale, we're going tall, soften your front knee. Exhale, reach all the way forward out in space. Let your hands come down, lift your back heel, place your knee, and see how that feels for you. You can let your knee come up and down. Okay. Good. Notice how that's feeling, and then let your thigh rest against your chest, or your chest rest against your thigh. Okay. And let your back heel go down. Keep it resting. Inhale, reaching out in front, and then coming up. And exhale, gathering together. Inhale wide, soften your front knee. Exhale, drift forward. Let your back leg lift. Keep your chest high, arms high, back leg high. When you want to come down, you can come down. Maybe one hand comes behind your standing leg, maybe both hands. And again, if you want to make it much more tricky, try and look at your knee. It's not impossible, it's just tricky. And then let your hands come down. Your back foot come down, soften through your front knee. And here we're going all the way up. Exhale, gathering together. Shaking off our arms, shaking off our legs. rolling through your shoulders, okay? Get as loose as you can, okay? Let's see if we can sit down without using our hands too much. Good. Can you stand up without using your hands too much? How's that becoming for you? When I was in Laos a few years ago and doing in Southeast Asia, doing a Thai massage course, it was really beautiful. And we had plates and cups in our hands and we sat around the fire. So when your hands were full, you had no option but to sit down like that, okay? It's definitely a movement skill that's handy to have, okay? Shuffle your hips a little bit further back. Bring your fingers in front of your shins. Take an inhale. And exhale, go forward. Okay, see if you can let your elbows come a wee bit closer to the floor. Relax off this way today. Slow breaths in and out. Lift your elbows, walk your hands back. Take your hands behind you and squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift up your chest. Then bring one hand forward to the opposite knee, make a turn. Make a turn the other way. One more time either way. When I turn, have a wee smile at my teachers. And I turn the other way, have a wee smile at Amma. And then back to the centre. Bring your left hand down, inhale up through your right hand, and exhale, reach over. Inhale up this side, and exhale, reach over. Come back to the centre, and see how your body feels when you do one more time either side. It's not a chore, right? It's a pleasure to be in this body. And then back to the centre. Find your comfortable seat for today. Get yourself a little rug. Hopefully you've found a little space that works for you, that you can come to each day. And as we fill that space with our practice and our calmness, it becomes more conducive to being calm for us, okay? So our breathing practice today is going to be square breathing, okay? It's not necessarily going to be a square, okay? And Thompson's having a little bad dream. Thompson, you're okay. You're all right, okay? So it's not necessarily like a square. It can sometimes be a little bit of a rectangle, okay? So we inhale, we think of a line going up, we pause, we exhale, we think of a line going down, and then we pause, okay? So with our inhale, we think of a line going up, we pause, it's the top of our, whether it's a square or whether it's a rectangle, and then we exhale down. And then we pause. Okay, so take a few breaths where you imagine that. So you inhale, a line is going up, pause, and as you exhale, a longer line is going down, and we pause. So we're gradually maybe increasing the length of our pause. If you want to do a couple of more breaths like that, do a couple more breaths like that. Otherwise, let your attention fall to the area of your heart. And as you inhale, feel like that area of your body. You can even place your hands there if that's helpful by pointing them there or placing your hands there. Feel like that area expands with the inhale and gathers back to the center with the exhale. And you can stay here, breathe a little longer. Let the heart expand a little bit more. If you've got to be somewhere, take this peacefulness with you there. Take this stillness and calmness. Yala Sangha, thank you for practicing today. See you tomorrow for our 20th day together.